Hey everybody, this is the second episode of the Kred Yard. Today I'm here with my good friend Glenn
Hello.
of the Fall Ritual YouTube channel that does haunted attraction and recently haunted, not recently, but you've been doing it for a little bit, reviews with people that work at the haunts.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. So my first question for you is how'd you get into horror? What made you want to get scared all the time?
Um, I guess it was like, growing up, the area where I grew up in down in Norristown, there was this place called the Barn Playhouse, which during the regular year they did plays and everything, but come Halloween they had like this little like haunted house thing that I was always just too terrified to go to or go into. I was talking like young, like 6, 7, 8 years old. Um,
Oh wow.
and I was just terrified. Oh, and that place always stood out because I know it was probably a little like cheesy now looking back on it, but like as like a little kid, it was just like terrifying. Um, and then I guess early 2000s, I think it was like 2001, 2002, when I was about 20 years old, I finally went to like a huge place called Frightland down in Delaware, and that was like the first time I ever been to just a huge like haunted attraction type place, and I was just blown away by what they were doing there. Um, yeah, and then from that point on, I was seeking out different haunted attractions, stuff like that, and just seeing what each haunt was doing, seeing what different and unique things they had going on. So that's how I got into like going to haunted attractions.
Okay, so
And
like at 20 years old compared to when you were younger, at 20 years old you realize there's a whole culture. I mean, maybe before then because you've seen like obviously horror movies and stuff in between that. So
right, I didn't know the haunted attraction culture and how big it was until I went to that first one,
mhm.
that Frightland one, uh, in the early 2000s. But then I saw how big um, it really is, and how big the scene really is. That haunted attraction scene really is. And I was, from then going to different places.
Right, and then so obviously then you went to between then and now you went to a lot more haunts. So what made you decide to be like that you wanted to review haunts on YouTube?
The whole review came about. The biggest inspiration was my friend Dante, who ran this page called October Panic Attack, and his reviews were awesome. He had some of the best reviews out there for haunts, and I remember watching them. I'm like, man, these are some great reviews. Then he stopped doing it. Him and his wife had a baby, and he stopped going to haunts. He stopped doing reviews. I asked him, I was like, "Do you mind if I start doing reviews?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, of course. Go for it. Like I'll watch every one." So that's kind of how it came about. My friend Dante was a huge inspiration, and then you know, and my love for haunts and going to, and I always talk about them
Yeah.
after I go through them. I'm constantly talking about them, so it's like, why not give a review and get it out there?
Yeah, extend the make it more of a hobby and a love for it. Because you started it in 2018 in August, I think. So you've been doing it for 3 years now. You're in the YouTube game
Yes,
for 3 years.
2018 is when I started
Yeah.
doing reviews. Yep.
So and then it's been cool for me to see you grow. I think you've been growing every year more and more.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, yeah. I like to, like, is it not just do it in like the 2 months out of the year? I think it was last year. Me and my one friend John from the Haunt Informer, he's another reviewer.
Yeah.
We started doing interviews throughout the year, and it's just kind of like to show that the haunt industry isn't just 2 months. It's all year.
Right.
These owners are working all year. The actors, the set builders, they're working all year round. It's not just a 2 months out of the year
Right.
type.
Yeah. That's the one thing I learned from you from doing this. I like these people that you've interviewed or gone to. I learned that like this is doesn't stop after Halloween's over or the haunt season. It's where they plan what they're gonna do next year and it's nonstop. It's really cool. Like I would never know that. I've known that because I don't.
Yeah, and a lot of these haunts now are also doing like holiday themed ones. A lot of them
Mhm.
do Christmas. A lot of them do Valentine's Day. A lot of them do like St. Patrick's Day. Some of them do like a halfway to Halloween, which is usually like end of April, beginning of May,
Oh,
stuff
cool.
like
It's
that. So
really
there
never
are things
ends.
to do, not just in those 2 months of the year. There are events scattered throughout the year.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'll ask you more about the haunt informer or the fall informer that you guys have done in a bit. But like when you started your review process, did you have an idea of how did you want to go into it? Like to be brutally honest, or just try to find the best things you can to highlight?
Yeah, yeah. I went into it being um, honest from my perspective of it. Um, if something was great, I'm going to say it's great. If something was bad, I'm going to say it's bad.
Hmm.
Just because I think people deserve to know that. It's so easy to pinpoint the highlights of a haunt or say, hey, this haunt's amazing, go check it out. Um, but I also think people need to know about the not so good ones, or what was bad about this, or what's um, just so you get to both sides of it.
Right. And the area that you review is kind of like the eastern Pennsylvania area. What's the farthest that you've gone for a haunt to review so far?
2 hours. Um,
Wow.
yeah, 2 hours up past Granton.
Okay.
Um, I almost hit in, like, I would say you're probably not that far from like the New York border.
Hmm.
At that point, um, so it was a good 2 hours up past Granton. It's been like 2 hours west, like York, PA, like
Wow.
west out there. We've been down to Baltimore, Maryland for a haunt. So yeah, it's all been on the East Coast, but yeah, no, we've driven 2 hours.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's another thing too. Like when you started doing this, I didn't like. Yeah, I had no idea about this whole community, which is I was a little blown away by because I started to see more reviews popping up on YouTube of like haunts in Texas and California and
Hmm.
stuff. I'm like, holy crap! It's really
Oh
awesome.
yeah, oh yeah. It's I didn't even know it. I knew from early 2000 how big the haunt industry was and how big these haunts can get.
Hmm.
Um, I didn't know until I started doing reviews how many like reviewers are out there for haunts that just do haunt reviews. I was kind of blown away by that. Like,
Yeah.
wow, there's a lot of people who do reviews, which is awesome. It's awesome to see, and a lot of people do support each other. Um, Reviewers supporting each other, stuff
Yeah.
like that, which is cool.
When does a review like start for you? When you pull up to the parking lot?
Usually yes. Like I said, like I like to give people the experience, what to expect from buying a ticket to the parking lot to um going through the ticket booth, if there's security, stuff like that, and then the process of going through it. Um, just to give people that idea of what to expect
Yeah.
when you're gonna go there.
I think that's something that you do differently compared to other ones I've watched. Like they don't, you mentioned like the and everything, the process and all that. Most of them just get in right into, oh, I saw this and it's scary. But you go right from
Right.
the beginning, which I think is awesome.
And that goes back to the inspiration of my friend Dante, who
Mm.
would do stuff like that. He would talk about the whole experience. Some of these places charge for parking, so I want to tell people that, like, hey, just be prepared. That it might be like $3 to $5 for parking. Make sure you have money cash on you. A lot of these places are cash only at the ticket booth. Um, A lot of these places you got to buy tickets online, but you need an actual ticket stub, so you got to go to the ticket booth. Stuff like that that just gives people the whole experience.
Right. And what is the first thing you like really look for inside a haunt? Is it the music or is it the way the props are set up?
Usually, the first thing you can always get a pretty good vibe outside.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on
Oh yeah.
what they're doing. Like, yeah, the music. If there's actors walking around, if they have lights, depending on the atmosphere of it, you can get a pretty good idea. Soon as you get there, of how good a place is going to be.
Right. There's you guys can check out on Fall Retro's Instagram. There's sometimes he'll do like on the spot reviews. And
Hmm.
there's what is yeah. Speaking of atmosphere, there's one you're talking with the guy who runs it, and then on the background all you hear is a chainsaw and stuff. And
Yeah, I did that at Bloodshed Farms. They did a
yeah,
drive-through. I was doing an Instagram live, which is this year was the first time I ever did that, like an
yeah.
Instagram live thing.
Hmm.
And we were outside one of the sets, and you could hear chainsaw actors in the back, which was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I was just sitting there watching it before like after I think I missed a live, but I was watching it after and I just kind of like jumped a little bit from just the chainsaw aluminum. So
Yeah.
they could go in your car, right?
Bloodshed Farms, when they did the drive-through this year, yeah, they actually actors actually got into your car if you did like the upgrade.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Because I know you did it last year when 2020 when the pandemic was going through. And I know everyone was kind of unsure about the haunt season, but do you think compared to this year to last year, it's been slightly better?
Oh yes.
That's good.
In fact, I've heard from many owners that this year is the best year they've had
I believe
season
it.
wise. Like they've been their best season since they've been open. And I think that's due to a lot of the fact that people missed out last year
Hmm.
because they were afraid to go out. But now it was just like to make up for it. Everyone was going out to these haunts because I heard a lot of people say it's been their best year.
That's great. That's really good to hear.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm always I always love hearing that
Oh
of
yeah.
how great a haunt's going to do in a season.
So are you since you've been around for like 3 years now? How you are you becoming well familiar? Like, are people like recognizing like the haunts that work there? Like that they're there? I know you wear your T-shirt when you're there and stuff, or a sweatshirt.
Yeah, I got to know a lot of the actors at haunts, at different haunts. I got to know a lot of the owners, stuff like that. The crazy story. This was 2 years ago at a place called Lehigh Valley Screen Park,
Hmm.
and I was talking to the owners. They were husband and wife. They're a couple, and they put this on, and I was talking to both of them, and just out of nowhere, this group of people came up and like, "Oh my God, you're from Fall." I didn't even have a T-shirt on then because at the time I didn't have a Fall Ritual T-shirt, and they were like, "Wow, your Fall Ritual, you do the reviews. Your review made us come out here,"
Oh
and
wow,
which was awesome. It was like,
that's what it's all about.
yeah, I was like, if my that's another reason why I do it. If my review
Mhm.
gets a person out to a haunt they never heard of or went, then you know
That's the goal.
that's just the best.
Mm-hmm. So I know you mentioned to me before that that's what you want to do. You want the haunts that are unappreciated or unnoticed to shine some light on them because there's a lot of people who will go to the same haunts every year, which is fine. But there's a lot more haunts,
Yeah.
especially in the Eastern PA area, than the usual hot spots.
Oh yeah, totally. The, I love talking about these small. I love finding these smaller ones
Mm-hmm.
that not many people know about, and then just doing a review and just getting the word out there. Go check out this haunt. Yeah, it's awesome to go to the big ones and see what they're doing year in year out, but check out the smaller ones because these smaller ones, not only are they cheaper, but they're doing some stuff that the bigger ones can't do, which is really cool.
Yeah. So like over the years, like I said, you met some of the actors, some of the owners, and all that, and then eventually you met John from Hot Informer.
Yes,
And that was through just YouTube community, right?
that was through Instagram.
Oh,
I
okay.
met I met John,
Yeah.
and he's a haunt reviewer. He has a YouTube page.
Yeah, I'll look that down in the bio.
And I really like his reviews.
Mhm.
So, like I said, I wanted to get more content throughout the year. Because I noticed a lot of people just kind of like disappeared, like these haunt reviewers just disappeared, and all of a sudden they come back in September. But I wanted to just give content throughout the whole year. So I wanted to do interviews. Um, so I teamed up with John, and he was all about it. So we created Fall Informer, which is Fall Ritual and Haunt Informer, and we do interviews together.
Right, which will be which is linked on. You upload those on your channel, and I think he
Yeah,
does too, or just
yeah.
yours.
We do the interview. He uploads it on his. I upload it on mine. So
Okay,
different
right,
spots.
awesome. Yeah, they're really great. You just did a recent one a couple days ago with Grin and Cheeks. I
Yes,
think.
they're a married couple.
Hmm.
Both dress up as clowns, and they work at Bloodshed Farms.
Right. Yeah. I know. I know. She shows a photo of the. If you guys watch it,
The
with the
balloon.
balloon in their mouth, and which
Yeah,
what doesn't work now. She said it doesn't really work now, but
yeah.
because kids used to grab it and stuff. But those guys, yeah, like he was meant like. Another thing I didn't realize that people put their really blood, sweat, and tears into
Oh
it.
yeah.
Like he said, he wasn't taking breaks. The husband,
Hmm.
like scaring cars going by and stuff. It seemed
Yeah.
like a lot of work. These
It,
people,
it's. It, I don't think the average person who goes to a haunt realizes how grueling it is for an actor, and they're like physically and mentally just grueling. Because I mean, they gotta do this every weekend for about 2 months,
yeah,
and it's just long. It's long hours. It's just constantly, just you always got to be on because everyone paid the same amount of money, so you always got to be on. You can't like give a good performance to one person and not to another person. They all paid the same.
right. Yeah, it's like yeah, I don't know if I'd survive.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it. I mean, I have a huge appreciation for actors who work at haunts.
Absolutely. Yeah, and even some other people that you've interviewed, like they're in charge of their own costumes, or
Hmm.
even Grin, right? Or yeah,
Yeah,
even Grin,
he
his own,
created his own character. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
custom and
yeah.
everything,
Hmm.
which is really neat. Yeah, because you're right. Average people don't. I wouldn't. I don't think I would. Before I seen you do all this, I would just be like, oh, that guy just scares people, and then hibernates till next year. But yeah,
Yeah, right. No.
but
Yeah,
just,
no, it's not like that at all. I mean, these people create a character, they get into that character, they won't break that character, and I mean, they just go at it. They go at it hard. It's just unbelievable.
do you ever get like I don't know how to word it right, but you get like really nervous going to like a new haunt? Do you have any like
Oh
pre-haunt
yeah.
ritual? Yeah,
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Anytime, like we go to a new haunt, because you never know what you're going to expect. You never know what you're going to walk into. You don't know what's going to happen. Um, that's the when I'm the most scared
right.
is new ones. Because you said you don't know what you're going to walk into. But that's exciting. That's always exciting. I always try and find at least one or two every year new to go to,
Yeah,
just so I can get that same feeling.
mm-hmm. And plus like some of the regulars you go to too, they try to change it up as well.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Hmm. Yeah.
but new haunt, which I still haven't gone to any, but I hopefully maybe Valentine's Day or something. That sounds cool.
I'll get you to one. I'll
Yeah.
get you to one.
But I'm definitely gonna be holding on to you or something. I don't know, screaming and kicking. I'm gonna be that one. I'm gonna be that guy that's in the corner crying. They have to walk me out. That's gonna be me. But so yeah, like you mentioned that you want to keep like the actors. You want to keep this, 365 a year. Do you have any ideas what you want to do as the seasons go yet, or just I know you guys are still doing interviews right now as a
Hmm.
fall informer. But do you have anything else planned up?
I don't have anything lined up. Um, I did. I guess it was 2 years ago. I did a Christmas haunt down in Baltimore,
Mm-hmm.
and that was fun. I did a halfway to Halloween one at Field of Screams this past May. Um, I got nothing lined up. But who knows? Who knows what happens? I never really plan anything out. I would always just see like oh, I'll go check this one out. Oh, I'll go check this out. Oh, let me see what they're doing for Valentine's Day. That's different from the normal
Right.
season.
I think that's the best way to do it. Just kind of not sporadic, but it's just you go with it and it's
Yeah.
more genuine. And that's really cool. Um, so I know that yeah, you say you want to do it all year. Um, is this technically we're on the 28th right after Thanksgiving? Is this technically over the haunt season? I know you said that like
Yeah.
December,
It,
but
it it technically is over, but like I said, there are some haunts doing Christmas ones.
yeah,
So it's over as far as like
the
opening
weekly.
every weekend.
Yeah.
It's just some now will do like one weekend that'll be like a Christmas thing, and then that's it.
Okay.
But yeah, as far as the haunt season, that's over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
No, just thanks for having me on. Good luck doing more interviews. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to um, expose the artists that you love that you feel need to be heard by more people.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I'm doing with the reviews and interviews I do.
Mm-hmm.
Just I always describe it as like the people who go just to the big haunts. They're the people that are content just by turning on the radio and just but they're not like searching for anything else.
Right.
And
Not
you
the
got to
itch.
search for other things. There's so many great things out there that you just gotta find it. You just gotta search it. And it's so easy now with the phone and the internet
Oh yeah.
being right in your hand. It's just like Google it. Google like local haunted attractions. Google these smaller bands that you want to interview and get more known.
Mm-hmm. That's why I wanted to do this with you because I feel like because I think you are like the biggest inspiration of why I wanted to start this channel actually because from you doing interviews that really inspired me and challenged me to like I should do something like this too. Will not fall attract
Right.
or hunt
No,
attractions.
that's awesome though. Like, thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Dude, I hope I wish you the best, man. I hope you get some great people on here to interview. And I know you did one with Monty,
Mm-hmm.
which was awesome. So
Thank
no,
you.
I hope that you keep this up and progress with it, and you can get some bands out there and that's what it's really about. If
Yeah.
someone watches your interview with someone like, oh wow, I never heard of this band, let me check them out, then already
Yeah. That's something I
it's worth.
searched. Yeah. That's something I could see that with Halloween reviews and like like I said Texas and California, but let's like hey I want to go to this place and southern or eastern Pennsylvania, type in a review on YouTube maybe or Google, and then
Hmm.
hopefully and then you'll come up. So that's what I want to try. That's my goal is to fill that gap. Like oh I really like this artist, but like why is there no interviews of this guy? Or I want to know more about him. So yeah,
Right.
I think we both trying to supply that itch.
Yeah, definitely.
Itch
Just
that
to
yeah I
get
would like to see.
just to get exposure
Mm-hmm.
to some of these places and these artists and these bands, and it's because it's all art. What they're doing at haunts it's a form of art. Music is a form of art, so it's all trying to get it out there.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, because yeah, it's all for entertainment. And that's what this is all
mhm,
about. So,
yeah.
but yeah, thank you so much for being on second episode. Please check out Glenn's Fall Ritual YouTube page. I'll link it down below. He has got plenty of videos. if you want to, get ready for haunts for next year, he's got it all covered. And also his interviews with with John, with some of the haunted actors and all that.
Yeah,
And there's plenty of
definitely.
content.
Thank you for having me on. No, it's been fun. Yeah, thank you, and good luck
Absolutely. Thank you.
with your page.
Thank you very much. We'll be back. You'll be back on. We'll do another video for after I go to a haunt with you.
Yeah, oh, that will be something. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Now that you said that, I'm taking you to a haunt.
All right. No, I'll go. I will. I'll do it. It's here. It's here as proof now. So
Yep.
you can just.
Taking the Hotel of Horror.
Oh no. Except for that one, I was kidding. That's the one they're gonna have to walk me out the
Yeah,
secret,
probably.
secret back way. So I'll see you,
Awesome.
Glenn.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Glenn from the Fall Ritual. I'm Derek from the Kred Yard. Thank you so much.